Anya LeBeau arrived at her gallery a little early, a habit cultivated over a lifetime of meticulous preparation. In the quiet of the pre-show evening, she ran her hand over the polished base of a sculpture, the cool metal a soothing contrast to her racing mind. This space was more than just a business. It was a testament to her vision. She thought of the countless times she had been told to be less ambitious, to stick to what's expected. Every piece in this gallery was a quiet defiance of those expectations. Tonight, with Elias Vance's stunning work, felt like the culmination of a decade of silent battles. The hum of hushed conversations and the clinking of champagne flutes filled the air of the LeBeau Gallery on a crisp New York evening. Anya LeBeau, at 34, navigated the throng with the grace of a seasoned conductor, her keen eyes the color of warm amber, missing nothing. Tonight was the debut of Elias Vance, a sculptor whose evocative metalwork promised to reshape contemporary art. Anya moved amongst his pieces, a quiet force in a bespoke emerald gown, a stark contrast to the stark, powerful lines of Vance's creations. Suddenly, a voice thick with an undeserved sense of entitlement cut through the refined din.
"You, darling, could you fetch me a gin and tonic, extra lime, and perhaps point me to the little washroom?"
Anya turned slowly. Standing beside a towering sculpture that twisted skyward like an ancient metallic tree was a man in an ill-fitting designer suit, his face flushed with champagne and self-importance. Mr. Thompson, she recalled from the guest list, a relatively new collector, rumored to have made his fortune in speculative real estate, now attempting to buy his way into the city's exclusive art circles. He hadn't bothered to truly look at her, his gaze sweeping over her with a dismissive air. His assumption was clear. A young black woman in a gallery could only be staff. Anya's smile, though slight, did not falter. It was a smile she had perfected over years, a subtle shield against the microaggressions that doubted her path. In her mind, she saw a flicker of her grandmother's quiet strength, a woman who had taught her that true power ain't in the shout, child, but in the ripple. This was not the first time, nor would it be the last, that she was underestimated in her own domain. "Certainly. Right away, Mr. Thompson." With a polite nod, she turned and moved away from the main exhibition space, not towards the bustling bar, but towards the discreet door that led to her private office. The gallery's pulse continued around her, unaware of the quiet storm that had just been set in motion. In the quiet sanctity of her office, the clinking glasses and chatter faded to a muffled murmur. Anya sat at her minimalist desk, her fingers tapping once, twice on the cool surface before reaching for her phone. She dialed a number she knew by heart. Trevor Vance, Elias's agent. "It's Anya. I need to pull the Ascension piece from the cell." "Yes, the large one. Mr. Thompson's offer is no longer valid. Let's just say Mr. Thompson has displayed a fundamental misunderstanding of the values we uphold at LeBeau. Ascension deserves a collector who appreciates its true worth, not just its market value. I'll handle the specifics to ensure it's off his radar, effective immediately." She ended the call with a faint, almost imperceptible line forming between her brows. The most valuable piece in the show, the one Elias had poured his soul into, was now out of his reach. Anya rose, adjusted the cuff of her gown, and smoothed out any trace of emotion from her face. She stepped back into the lively gallery, a picture of composure, leaving Mr. Thompson utterly oblivious to the quiet thunder that had just rolled over his head. Mr. Thompson, meanwhile, spent the rest of the evening mingling with his self-satisfied smirk. The art didn't matter much to him. What mattered was the photo opportunity, the chance to announce his latest acquisition and cement his place among the city's exclusive art circles. The next morning, he instructed his assistant to follow up on the sale. When his call to the gallery went unanswered, he found it odd. By midday, a cold, not a draft began to form in his stomach. He tried calling the artist agent directly, but his calls were summarily sent to voicemail.
What in the devil is going on?
Just as he was about to toss his phone in frustration, a different notification came in. His phone lit up with a flood of emails and messages. He clicked on one from our rival collector. The subject line is simple, smirking, saw the news. He opened the link, and there it was, Cassandra Hill's blog post. The news broke quietly at first, a ripple in the calm surface of the art world's exclusive pond. On Monday morning, a tip from an assistant at Mr. Thompson's law firm reached Cassandra, a sharp-witted journalist for the prominent art blog, The Canvas. The tip was simple. Mr. Thompson's much-hyped acquisition of Elias Vance's ascension from the LeBeau Gallery had been inexplicably canceled. Cassandra, sensing a story beyond a simple contract dispute, started digging. She placed the call to a well-known art critic who had been at the gallery and was known for his candor. Marcus, it's Cassandra. I'm chasing a rumor about Thompson and LeBeau. Any chance you heard anything?
I wish I hadn't. That man is an absolute boor. You want the truth, Cassandra? The man asked the owner of the gallery to fetch him a gin and comic, extra lime, and perhaps point him to the little washroom.
LeBeau herself. Are you serious?
Absolutely. And the most incredible part, she didn't miss a beat. Not a raised voice, not a sharp word, just a polite yes right away, and then nothing. Except for the ripple effect. That's real power. A quiet thunder. You don't get mad, you just disappear the problem.
Within hours, Cassandra's post went live, a story titled The Real Price of Art, Disrespect and a Disgruntled Collector. It detailed the incident with unflinching clarity, framing Thompson's behavior not like a simple gaffe, but as a deliberate act of prejudice. The post went viral, ricocheting throughout the art world's social media feeds and private chat groups. Galleries and auction houses took note, and several prominent collectors quietly backed away from potential collaborations with him, unwilling to be associated with such a public display of ignorance. A week later, a disheveled Mr. Thompson walked into the LeBeau Gallery. The space felt different now, hollow, with a quiet intensity. She saw Anya speaking to a client by a sunlit window. She noticed him, but gave no sign of recognition. After a few agonizing minutes, the client left, and he found himself standing before her.
Miss LeBeau, I wanted to apologize. I didn't realize who you were.
You realized what you wanted to, Mr. Thompson.
I'm not usually... I was under pressure. My assistant and I, we've been working so hard, I made an assumption, and I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. I've been a laughingstock. I've lost a fortune.
Aya looked at him in the eye, her gaze steady and unwavering. She didn't offer comfort or absolution. Instead, she gestured to the empty space where Ascension had once stood. That sculpture, Mr. Thompson, was not just an art piece. It was a testament to the belief that you can build something beautiful and lasting out of raw, painful experience. You came in here trying to buy art, but you didn't see the artist, and you certainly didn't see me. The price you paid was a reflection of that. A week later, Anya sat in the quiet of her gallery, the space once again a sanctuary. Her phone buzzed and she saw a text from her grandmother, a simple message that said, "So, what did you do about that ripple, child?" Anya smiled, a deep, satisfied smile. She turned away, leaving him alone in the quiet gallery. The hum of conversation was gone, replaced by a profound silence that was more powerful than any noise. Anya had taught him a lesson, not with a shout, but with a whisper that had echoed throughout his world. It was a lesson he and those who witnessed his fall would not soon forget.